What's up with you people? Welcome to the show. My name's Shimande, I'm your host, and today we're checking out an artist by the name of FONZi NeuTRON. The track is called Differently. So you know how we do on this show, we check out music, we check out music videos, and we determine if something is a let it ride or a let it fly. If something is a let it ride, it's something that we see or hear great potential in, and we just think other people need to hear it. And if it's a let it fly, unfortunately, it's just not for us. It doesn't mean that the artist doesn't make good music, just this particular track that we're listening to today is just not for us, and it doesn't really hit that mark. So with that, let's get into it.
This one's so groovy, baby.
It was a little bit different. Knew that right from the start. Was a little bit different. Took it straight to the heart. Was a little bit different. Was a little bit feeling. Was a little bit sickness. It was a little bit feeling. Cause it had me in a whole different mind frame. What's this I be feeling? I be losing my mind, man. It was a little bit different how we came in each other's paths, but now we clutch mad deep, entangled in each other's grasp. It's so real, emotions flow deep, talking about plans eternal, even connected through sleep. Yeah, every dimension, plane, plateau existence. Whole thing was a whole different twist, something a little different.
Okay. Liking what I'm hearing. The flow was a little bit different. No pun intended, but it was a little bit different. Kind of had the stutter flow there, which on this track it works. So I like that so far. The hook, catchy, very catchy. I'm liking that too. Visually, I see what they're trying to do with the relationship, trying to keep up the par with what he's talking about. So off top so far, pretty good.
Right from the start was a little bit different. Took it straight to the heart. Was a little bit different. Was a little bit feeling. Was a little bit sickness. It was a little bit different. Had to stop for a minute, kick back and peep some game. Try to rearrange all the visions in my mind and make some sense. Ain't no recompense. Can't forever sit upon the bench. Gotta take the chance and rise up in faith and know that we gon' be safe. We can take it to any place, anything we can visualize. Cause the whole thing mental, and we got the scope to realize. Now we're soaring mad high through the skies, different planes. Voyaging right by my side, and we seeing mad different things.
So it don't look like the parents or their friends. I think it's their parents, but they ain't feeling this relationship. That's what I'm getting from the animation here. So, alright.
Took it straight to the heart. Was a little bit different. Was a little bit feeling. Was a little bit sickness. It was a little bit different. Yeah, knew that right from the start. Was a little bit different. Yeah, took it straight to the heart. Was a little bit different. So I'ma play my part. Was a little bit different. Now we're here, it's a whole fresh start, and we gon' map out what we want to see, what we want to be. We can.
So, okay. So we checked out the track. Again, FONZi NeuTRON. The track is called Differently. So what do we think? Okay, I like the song. Very catchy. I feel that's a great part to this song. The production was very solid. But once the hook came in, it was automatically something that you could gravitate to. It's very catchy. It's very memorable. And it can kind of get stuck in your head a little bit, even if it's just a part of the hook. That still is something that can capture somebody. So with that, definitely a solid job. I like how the verses come in. So the way that he's telling this story of the relationship, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I do like that about songs. You don't get that with a lot of songs nowadays, especially if they're telling a story. Sometimes you'll get, a lead up and then it just kind of takes off, and it doesn't end correctly. This one, you at least get a beginning, a middle, and end. I feel like he wrapped everything up within this song. His flow, a little bit stutter heavy with his pacing of his verse, but it works on this because every line that he hit kind of hits on that downbeat, and it works for him. I really wish this was just the audio, because for me, just me personally, the video kind of took away from the audio. I know it was meant to, be right there along with it, but some of the things that he's talking about and what's on the screen at the time just isn't visually the same thing. So it kind of takes you out of it just for a hair. So sometimes when we're doing these, we have to keep in mind that one thing that to do sometimes that's a little bit better is to do lyric videos, because it engages your audience a little bit more, because they're right there with your words, and people really want to know what you're saying, because especially if they're going to quote your material and stuff on social media, it's a great tool to have. So just something to keep in mind. But overall, I think the song was pretty dope. I like that it wasn't just an average song. It felt like it had a message to it, a meaning to it, to the artist, and I think he conveyed that pretty well. So with that, I can honestly say that I do feel like he accomplished his goal with this. So I could hear people listening to this. So for me, I can see it as a let it ride. It's something that if him and his team are pursuing and really pushing this song, I think people will really be satisfied listening to it. So that's all on what the artist is going to do on their side. But overall, it was a very solid listen. With FONZi NeuTRON, his team, I wish him nothing but good success moving forward. Keep putting out those good tracks. And you know how we do on this show. We keep everything short and sweet. So with that, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.
Put in the work, gave it my all, I push past the pain. You counted me out, my would win, pulled me through the rain. I'll never forget the road I took, it made me stronger, yeah. Used all my haters, it's the fuel to take me further, yeah.